Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Sawadi Tan Chow. I am back in Bangkok for the time being. Hello, hello. I'm back in Bangkok. Sawadi, Watdi, as they say in the South. Watdi. I was going to stay till tomorrow night, but decided to take the red eye last night to get home. And I'm not sure, you know, we were going to go to Pattaya. I'm not sure now. We may go to Chiang Mai. I'm not sure yet. I don't really know what's going on, you know. I'm tagging along for the ride. But I did go down to the south. It was a lot of fun. And I found some things out about Phuket that I didn't know and that surprised me and impressed me, and I had a pretty good time there. So that's good. And then of course Kanom and Sichon, they were great. But right now the dollar is 36.68 to the baht. 44 on the air quality index, which is really pretty good for here in Bangkok. Although it was like between 2 and about 20 in the south, which I couldn't believe. Very, very nice down there. What's the temperature? 87 degrees. 87 degrees, high of 97, low of 81, and right now the feel like temperature is 94 degrees. So it's always hot, man. It just seems like it's been getting hotter. I mean, maybe it's my age, I don't think so, but when I first came here I thought, you know, it's hot. Oh, you know, it's very hot, I need a cold towel or whatever. But then things cooled off. Now it just seems like it's hot all the time. Every minute of every day you're blazing. And there's no way around it other than just go inside and sit in the air conditioning. So that was something in the south that I had to really watch in all the places I went. So, you know, what are you going to do? You can't get around it. You just got to expect that if you come to Thailand, it's going to be hot. I got myself a nice espresso macchiato here. And a little bit of water. Got my favorite coffee shop here. We got in at like 1 o'clock last night. So tired. But the one thing I'll say about Phuket is that the time that I've spent in Phuket in the past has been pretty limited. I didn't really realize that. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know it was as limited as it was. And so I went to a lot of places this time. I went all over. I went Rawai, I went Kata, Karin, Patong. I went to a couple other places, and I was pleasantly surprised, we'll say. However, you know, there's still some things there that you have to get used to, and that is like traffic. Traffic is miserable there. There's no way around it. Traffic is miserable. You're going around windy roads. There's just all kinds of cars on the road. You're sitting there sometimes, you know, it's just, I didn't like that. But I chilled out and, you know, just took it as it comes and as it came. And, you know, what are you going to do? You got to sit there. You got to deal with things. And so I just thought, you know what, I might as well just chill out, relax, and make the most of it. The difference between Kanom and Sichon and Phuket is traffic, pollution, air quality. Although the air quality is pretty similar, I guess. It's not that bad. You know, now my wife is like, well, you went already, so why do I want to go? And I'm like, what is that? She's got to go with me to a place in order for us to consider it. And I was like, no, you got to go with me. You're going to have to go with me. All right, listen, I got to wait for a couple people to come in here, man. We got no people in here. I know it's early in the morning and this is kind of spur of the moment, but yeah, I need more than 7 people in here. I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. Or 9 people. Mall, I'm in the mall here, and you know, it is what it is. I got to get a couple of groceries, and I got a couple things to do. But it's dead now, which is kind of good. And it's a Sunday, it won't be dead for long. There'll be people coming in shortly. So, for those of you who joined me in I think it was the last stream, where I was at the Karin viewpoint, I did go back. I took a Bolt motorbike to go back. It cost me 112 baht on the way there and 107 baht on the way back. So 219 baht versus 450. And it was fine. But, you know, they have a drone zone there. You can fly the drone there. And it was pretty nice. I mean, you know, I went there and spent about an hour and a half there and just flew the drone. Went out, flew it as far to the ocean as I could get, flew it as far to the Big Buddha as I could get. And I flew on, I think, 3 or 4 beaches. And then yesterday, we went to Big Buddha in the morning. And I didn't know it, but they also have a drone zone. And they also have a no drone zone. So that was kind of fun. You know, I just went there, and it was like, when I first got there wasn't that many people, and then people started showing up. And I flew it out, and it just flew it around the Buddha, which was really nice because I got some good shots, some good footage. Very, very nice. And flew out to the ocean and took photos and just did all kinds of stuff. So it was really nice. It was very hot, as always. And I don't know, you know, I don't know if when people create things, they just think, oh, well, it's going to be hot, but that's the way it goes. Or they think, we need to create a little shade. Because most of the places I went, they have no shade. You're just out of luck, and you're going to be hot. And every place I went, just about every place I went, I sweat. And, I mean, you know, I had to wear 2 shirts a day, you know. Take a couple showers every day. It was crazy. You know, I don't like to do that. I like, you know, you take a shower in the morning, you go out for the day, you have a nice day. In the evening, you take another shower, and that's it. Not, you know, taking showers periodically through the day. So, how to have fun in the South. First of all, in some places you're going to need a motorbike. In some places you won't. Like I just used the Bolt, and it was fine. I didn't have any problems. But, you know, getting to the airport was like I mean, I don't even know how much it cost. I think it was like 600 baht, something like that. But it was an hour to get to the airport. And I was surprised. I didn't think it took that long. I thought it took like 30 minutes, but it took an hour and 15 minutes. So you're gonna have to have some kind of transportation. Then it's, wanted to go to a place to have seafood. So we're in, where was I? Kata. No, I was in Patong, and I had to go to Rawai. So, again, we got a boat. We got I think it was in-driver. We got in-driver, and took us all the way out there. And it was like, I don't know, 200 baht or something. Then, I had this lady. She's a very nice lady. Took us up to the Big Buddha, and it was like 200 baht. Then she waited for us. Then she took us to the hotel. Then from the hotel, she took us to Patong. So, it was like every time it was 200, 300 baht. So it's good to have a driver. That's kind of what we had. I guess everybody's watching the UFC or whatever else is on right now. I don't know, or they're sleeping. I don't know. 2 comments and 8 people. I just don't get it. I do like the South better than the North and Bangkok. I like it better than anywhere. I like the South the best of all. Just because of the beach, because of the palm trees, because of the vibe you get when you're there. And, the food was pretty good, but, man, you can go, I can go across the street and get food for 50 baht, 100 baht, whatever it is, 50 baht, 60 baht. Have a nice meal and be full. You go to some of these places in the South, man, they want like an arm and a leg. They're talking about, give me 30 bucks. $7.95. And I'm like, what happened to the old days, man, where it's like 20 baht, you get a little meal. You go out to a restaurant, it's like 80 baht at the most. It's not like that anymore. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna sit here for a little while, and let's see if some people come in. Anybody out there? I got a whopping 10 people today. I don't know why, but very few people commenting. So what am I doing here? Spinning my wheels. I know we're not in Phuket, we're not in Kanom, we're not in Sichon or something like that. I understand that. But we are in Bangkok. I'm in Bangkok. It's one of the places where I happen to be. Flight home, not very expensive, about 2,000 baht one way. That's Bangkok Airways. So you go to Suvarnabhumi, which is nice because I don't want to go to Don Mueang. And I think Vietnam Air and Bangkok Air and Thai Air all go to Suvarnabhumi. And some of the other, the budget airlines all go to Don Mueang. So there was that. It was 758 baht for the train ride. And honestly, you know, I take the train ride just to do a little something different, but I should have just flown. You know, it would have cost me an extra 750 baht, and I would have been able to go there and get there quickly. And then, but the thing is that anytime you're going to Khanom or Sichon, down in Nakhon Si Thammarat, you have to fly to Nakhon Si Thammarat, or you have to fly to Surat Thani. Then you have to take a minivan. And the minivan doesn't take you to where you want to go unless you want to pay them extra. You know, it takes you to a certain spot. And then when I got picked up by a tuk-tuk, or a little, you know, moto thing. It wasn't a tuk-tuk. It was like a tuk-tuk, but it was all pink too. And it was 100 baht. But when I came in, it was like, it's like you're going like a kilometer, and it's like, okay, that'll be 200 baht. I was like, you know, that's how it is in Phuket and in the south. You go anywhere in Phuket, forget about it. It's going to be expensive. It always adds up. It's going to be 300 baht, 600 baht. You know, just like when I went up to the view, it was 450 baht. How did the guy not make money on that? He had to make money, which, you know, that's the name of the game. So I paid it. We had a good time. And then when I came back, I thought, I got to do this a little bit differently. And I could have taken a Song Tao. It probably would have been a lot cheaper, but I wouldn't have had the freedom to do what I wanted to do, which was very nice. And I didn't have to walk, which was even better. So, anyway, no comments, nothing. 2 people, 3 words. Unbelievable. What time is it now? 9:25, 9:20, something like that. Went to a couple really good restaurants, had seafood, had Italian food, had all kinds of good stuff. The seafood was good. Let me think here. We had seafood, we had Italian food. The Italian food was excellent. And then we went out for a couple beers afterwards. You know, Kata has a night market, and right around the night market, they have all kinds of places where you can get beer. You get a big beer chang for about 95 baht to 120 baht. And you get a small beer for 60 to 80 baht. So, had a couple of beers, chilled out for a little while, sat there for, you know, 2-3 hours, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. We closed the place down. But it's not like your kind of place like Soy Bangla where you go and you can go into all the bars and go bar hopping. Definitely not like that. Nothing, I get nothing. I got 11 people sitting here and nobody's speaking. Unbelievable, man. Well, you know, I guess that's what happens after you've been streaming for a couple of years. People start getting tired of watching, or they just want to watch somebody else, or they want to watch you doing something, and I'm not doing anything right now. And you know what? Look at my eyes. I'm tired. So I just wanted to check in. I'm not sweating anything, but thank you. I'm not sweating the small stuff at all because I just can't. It doesn't make sense to do that. And you know, like I said a couple streams ago, I don't know when it was, I like my life here. I have a good life here. It's very mellow, it's very peaceful most of the time. When I come to the mall, then things, you know, pick up a little bit, but most of the time, wherever I am is pretty peaceful, and especially when I went to Koh Samui, it was very peaceful. In Phuket, it wasn't really, but I kind of got used to it, you know. It's like, what are you gonna do? When in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Smelling the coffee now. I could use another one. I could use another coffee. Maybe a cappuccino. Nah, not cappuccino. Maybe an espresso, just a straight espresso. So, I went out for beers last night near Times Square. $14 for a Corona. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous, man. If you buy a 6-pack, how much does a 6-pack of Corona cost? $5? So if they figured, all right, we're gonna charge $20, divide by 6, that's $3 and some change. They could just say, we're gonna charge $5, and they'd be making a killing. Now, I know they have overhead and everything like that, but the prices are just out of control. And let me tell you something. For me, and you know, I know some of it is me, because I've been here a long time. I've seen the changes. I've seen it when it was, you know, when I could get pad thai, 5 baht. You get pad thai, they have it all, a big table of pad thai. And they give it to you as 5 baht. Now, you need like 2 of them to fill you up. That's crazy, man. That is just crazy. 15 bucks. FJB? What's FJB? I don't understand FJB. Trying to think of what that means. But I've been here for a long time, man. And you know, like when I first came here, it was like, you know, you go and you get something, it might be 100 baht. Now it's like 300. And I know times pass, prices rise, but like, I just don't get it. And you know, 2 Quarters Korean wrote me yesterday and said, oh, this place I had, I can't remember now, but I think he said, oh, I had an espresso, it was 70 baht. Or no, it was 90 baht. And I'm like, okay, but that's kind of the norm now. That's, and you know, he was acting like it's a good price. It used to be that Starbucks was 100 baht for an espresso, and everywhere else was like 50 or 60 baht. Now it's everywhere is 100 baht. And I mean, I see hair places, it used to be 50 baht, even cheaper, but you could say 50 or 60 baht to get your hair cut. Now you're lucky if you find a place for 100, and a lot of the places are charging 250, 300. They just decide, we're just gonna charge more money. We're just gonna charge what we want, and you gotta pay it. Which is why, you know, I mean, I look at their tools, and I decided, you know, I have a couple of, I get my hair cut myself, my kid doesn't. You know, usually he'll do it and I'll trim it or whatever, I'll shave it myself. But I looked at some of their tools and I looked up for them online. And like for 50 bucks, you can get one that's way better than the one that I have. The trimmer that I have. And I'm like, why don't I just buy that and I'll have this thing for the rest of my life and I'll never have, I can just zip off the little hair that I have and I never ever have to worry about it. I never have to go to some other person and have them do it for me. And that's how it is here. I mean, you know, it's like, I'm not complaining about the prices because that's just the way it is. It's how it is everywhere in the world. Prices go up. You know, in some of the groceries, the prices are good. Some of the groceries, the prices are not good or they're expensive. Um, yeah, haircut for men here in New York City starts at $30. Remember when Supercuts had $6 haircuts? That I thought that was a good deal. But that was 30 years ago. So time flies and things change. You just got to get used to it, you know. I mean, you know, I was very. What was funny was I was in the airport yesterday. They had a massage bar, and my wife is saying, "Oh, my neck! I got to get a massage." We both decided to get foot massages. I see the prices. It says 180 baht, 280 baht. I thought, wow, 180 baht for an hour. That's like just prices. That's like, that's a normal price. I'm like, wow, that's great. Then I look at it. Supercuts is bankrupt for that reason. I don't know when they went out of business. But we're in the airport, and I see the place. I look at it. I think the prices are great. Then I look closer. 180 baht for 15 minutes. 280 baht for 30 minutes. 560 baht for an hour. And let me tell you, we both got hour-long massages. And my wife, when she comes out, she goes, that massage was shit. And I was thinking the same thing. The lady just kind of rubbed my leg like this. There's no oomph, no getting into the deep tissue. There was none of that. And, you know, there was one time where she was massaging my calves. For some reason, my legs are very sore now. I don't know if it's because I've been walking a lot or I haven't been walking that much. But I wanted her to get in there in the deep tissue and really... She started massaging my calf, and I thought, oh, now she's going to get it. And then, you know, like 2 seconds later, I'm like, she's just rubbing my legs. And we didn't tip them. She goes, because I go, I don't really have, you know, I paid for it with a scan. And then I was like, I don't really have any money for a tip. You got any cash for a tip? I said, I got like 120 baht. That's it. I don't have any cash. She goes, no, but don't worry about it. So we left. We didn't tip. That's the first time I think I've ever not tipped a masseuse. Because the massage was that bad. It really wasn't good. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from my cold. Oh, man. Brutal. It's like my favorite word, brutal. So yeah, that was our experience and then, you know, we go into the Phuket Bangkok Airways lounge, and it's like a little room with like, I don't know, 30 chairs, 40 chairs maybe, and a couple little tables. And they had these little tiny pastries. There was 3 or 4 of them, and some drinks. And that was the whole lounge. It wasn't like it was a big lounge. It wasn't like it was a lounge with all kinds of stuff that you could choose from. It was just a little tiny lounge. We left the lounge to go get a massage. Then when we were done, I said, oh, you want to go back into the lounge? And my wife's like, I don't want to go in that lounge. That lounge is sad. You know, you go into Thai Airways and it's like a big, huge lounge. They got all kinds of food, all kinds of drinks. Whatever you want, you can get there, you know. It's great, but, you know, I haven't flown Bangkok Air in quite some time. Which, you know, the flights itself are pretty good. Although, I gotta say this too. We take off, and we're still ascending. And all of a sudden we hear this noise. It's just like a loud humming. And it wasn't something that was normal. And my wife and I look at each other and I go, don't they know about this? Doesn't the stewardess say anything to the pilot? And the pilot just goes, thank you very much. We're climbing to 30,000 feet. We'll be there in an hour and 15 minutes and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, doesn't he know about this noise? And I'm wondering, is something wrong with the aircraft? because it really sounded like there was like a hydraulic problem or something like that. After about 10-15 minutes, the sound stopped. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I fell asleep because I was so tired. I'm still tired. And I have a lot of editing to do. Heaps, because I would rather edit and make videos than to stream most of the time. Which, by the way, all 14 of you, do me a favor, click the like button, smash that like button, subscribe. Hit the notification bell, look down in the description, everything's there that you need to know. And yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know why today is so slow. Normally I get at least 30 or 40 people. And you know, if I get lucky, I get 100 or 200 or something like that, but that doesn't happen all that often. But normally I get at least 40 people. Maybe 50 sometimes. So 15 people. I guess I should count my blessings. I'm grateful for every person I have. That's what I'll say. Anyway, what else happens? All right, so if you want to have fun in the South, the other thing is, you know, there is a lot to do there. When I went on I think the first place I was Patong, and I started flying the drone, and I look over, and there's a guy, what's it called, parasailing, I guess, where the boat's pulling him. And I had to be careful. I was like, oh, I don't want to get the drone in the way of where they are. I don't want to run the drone into them. So I had to be careful, but I thought to myself, okay, well, you can do that. I personally don't want to do it. But I thought, okay, you know, you can do that. They have like skydiving, they had the go-karts, they have a shooting range. There's all, you can just lay out on the beach, you can get a massage on the beach. You can do all kinds of things there, so you can make the most of your time. You can make the most of your time just by being there. And there are so many restaurants. I mean, where was I? It was in Kata. I'm in Kata. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go down to Kata Beach, which was a bit of a haul, but I was like, okay. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta get some water. We need more water. I'm like, where am I gonna get some water from? Now, there's restaurants everywhere, but there's no mini markets. So I walk like a kilometer, then there's a 7-Eleven. I'm like, okay. And I was surprised because there's not that many markets in the area, but there are a lot of restaurants. So if you want to eat, you want to get a coffee, you want to get an ice cream, you want to get something like that, there's plenty of places to go. But if they're only, I mean, like the first place I went, which was a very nice, I'll show the hotel, it was very nice. I mean, it was 3,700 baht a night. It was a very nice place. It had a jacuzzi, it had a big bedroom. It had, you know, a big front room. It had a kitchen. It was very nice. And I asked them, well, I have 2 bottles of water here, but I kind of need some. Could you please send up some more water? And the lady goes, 50 baht a bottle. Hey, Dalo, how you doing? How many days? How many days do you get here? I like to hear people getting excited about coming to Thailand. Because very seldom am I excited. I might be happy. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. But I'm not like, wow. But I know Dalo is like, wow. Because he's got like 30 days or something like that until he comes. th of June, so you got 12 plus, what's today? The 16th? 16th? 30 days, September, April, June. Okay, so you got about 26 days, right? It's not much. Does your wife have a lot of things on the honey-do list? My wife is starting to have all kinds of things on the list. She's always wanting me to do something. And sometimes it has to do with a cat. And I have to tell you, we were talking to a woman, very nice lady, very proper, polite Thai lady. I liked her. She was very nice. And she gets to talking about cats with my wife, which, if you know people who have cats, they're not like dog people. 25 days, okay. That's not long. That'll go by in a flash. But, you know, I've had dogs, and they were nice. You walk in, you pet them, you know, they jump up and down, they're all happy, they lick you, and sometimes you sit there with them for a few minutes and pet them. Okay, everything's great. You go back inside, or they come inside with you, whatever it is. That's the dog. With cats, they're all over the place. And I mean, I don't know what's going on with Nancy, because she seems like she's getting longer, but not that much bigger. But she's gray, but now she's starting to have black spots on her. So I think maybe she's going to turn black. Because maybe when we got her, she was only like 2 weeks old or something. I don't know. So maybe now she's 3 months or something. So we got to get her tubes tied and see how she progresses. But this lady that we were talking about said she has a cat toilet. And I went, you mean like in, what is it, Meet the Parents, where the cat supposedly could flush the toilet, could take a piss in the toilet and then flush the toilet? She goes, no, not like that. It's some kind of a mechanism that the cats go to the bathroom and then a sensor moves the sand along and it goes down into a tray, and there's fresh sand on the you know, on the conveyor. And we asked, how much is it? 20,000 baht. The next thing I know, my wife's like, I want to get one of those. I'm like, no, you're kidding, right? No, I'm not kidding. And so my son said, you know, you need to get a scratching pole, a good scratching pole first. Because we have this little cardboard thing that they like, but they rip it to shreds, and there's cardboard all over the floor. I mean, I love the cats, but I have a love-hate relationship with cats. If anybody has cats, they know what I'm talking about. Dogs have owners and cats have servants. That's what they say, yeah. Well, you know, I wake up first most of the time. I wake up and sometimes I just feed the cats because I know they're going to go crazy. If I don't, they're going to be meowing. But today, I went into the bathroom, take a leak, come back out, and, you know, they're standing there looking at me. And I'm like, not now. So I went and, you know, laid down next to the wife. And she says, what's the little cat doing? And I said, he's standing there with Sid, just doing nothing, looking. She goes, did you feed them? They're not my cat. They're not my cats. They're your cats. Maybe you need to get up and feed the cats. Oh, come on, you were just up. So I go over. We got 1 pack of food left plus dry food. We mixed the dry and the wet food. There's 1 pack of food there. I give them the food, then boom, they shut up. They don't bother me. They don't do anything. They're fine. So I go back to bed. Next thing I know, They're running around my feet and her feet. They're jumping on us. She just gets under the blanket, covers her head up, and I don't like to do that. I don't like feeling smothered, like I got a blanket over my head and I can't breathe. But the little cats, the little, what's her name? Nancy. Much worse than Sid. Just jumping all over my head. I mean, like, it'll be standing here like this and it'll pop up in the air and then jump on my head. And she's like, why don't you put the blanket over your head so the cat doesn't jump on you? I'm like, it's my house. And these cats don't seem to know that. That's why I have such a contentious relationship with cats. I'm a dog guy. I like big, bruising, strong dogs. Or if it's a little dog, I like a little dog with some attitude. I'm not really talking about a Chihuahua. I'm talking about like a Jack Russell Terrier, a pug, something that has some attitude, like. But I like big dogs too. And cats, I tolerate them. I start talking about them and I'm like, I don't even know what to say about them because, it's like I came home yesterday, it's late, I'm tired, and Sid comes up to me and he's sniffing me. And my wife's like, oh, pick him up, hug him, give him a hug, he loves you. So I pick him up, I start hugging him, and he's sniffing my face and licking my face. He's so happy to see me. And I'm like, oh, Jack Russell dogs are nothing to play with. They need lots and lots of exercise. You really need to spend time with them. And that's the thing is, I don't want to say I'm lazy, but like what it is I have no discipline. And I don't want to be in a position where the dog's counting on me and I have to be able to take them to a park for a run or take them somewhere where they can get out and have some fun, and I've got to do this, like almost every day. I don't want to be in that position. It's like having another kid, which is what I've talked about with a bunch of people lately. Not to get off the subject of South Thailand, but it's like when you have an animal, dog or cat, it's like having a child. I mean, Alex was with the cats for the last 10 days. Alex is like, oh, they're such a headache. They're constantly bothering me. They're biting me. They're jumping on me. And he sent a video where Sid is like running up to him and jumping on him, biting his leg and, like playing with him. And I'm like, not my cat, man. I don't know what to say. Talk to your mother. Anyway, what are you gonna do? So I do like the South, and like I think my wife is really starting to like the South. She's from the South. I think she likes Phuket, but maybe it's just a business thing where she knows about it and she feels very comfortable. And I mean, I've always said, oh, I don't want to live in Phuket anymore. I don't want to live down there. I don't want to live in Phuket town or Patong or something like that. But I could live some other places that, on Phuket. There's plenty of room there. We just have to pick and choose. But I don't know, because it seems like the wife is not able to work at home as much. Alex is not working as home as much. Actually, Alex, what is he doing? Oh, he got his shift changed. So he's not working the morning shift. He's working the afternoon shift, which means he doesn't finish until 11 o'clock at night. And he'll be at home working until 11 o'clock at night. So, which kind of works for him because he doesn't wake up until late most of the time, and he goes to bed really late. mean, you know, he wasn't working yesterday, and we came home at 1 o'clock, and he's up. He's just laying there. Anyway, it was a good time. I would say you got to have transportation in Phuket. In Koh, you got to have at least a motorbike, or you know, or just be prepared to pay. But the thing is, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass always having to call somebody. Oh, will you come pick me up? Will you take me here? Will you take me there? And you know, I like the public transportation here in Bangkok. It's very good. But it, you know, it's work. It's not like it's just, you know, you jump in a car and boom, you get there. You got a driver, somebody takes you there and you're there. Like you get a taxi or you have an actual driver. You know, you got a Rolls Royce and the driver's taking you somewhere. The Sky Train, the subway, the boats, the Chao Phraya riverboat also, they're all very good. And I can get just about anywhere. I mean, even in Phuket, even in Koh, I can get damn near anywhere if I just pay a little bit of money. And in Phuket, a little bit of money might be 600 baht. It might be a little bit more. And you know, when I was leaving, where was I? Was I in Koh? No, I was in Suratani. All right, I was in Suratani, and I say, I'm not paying what they want. And not that I'm cheap, but I'm just like, I'm not paying 500 baht. So I put the word out on InDriver, and I get a 250 baht fare. I said, boom, I'm taking it. So it's a Toyota Yaris. I'm like, cool. I'm standing there waiting. It's supposed to be there within 10 minutes. In about 5 minutes, this other Toyota Yaris pulls up. Sawadee Kap. Sawadee. This other Toyota Yaris that's white, just like the one that I was gonna get. It pulls up, and the guy drops somebody off, and then he looks at me. He goes, "You?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my InDriver." I said, "Oh, yeah, that's me." I get it, and I thought the license plate number isn't the same as the license plate number on the one that I was getting. And I didn't think about it. And there was 3 chicks standing there, Farang chicks, foreigners. There was just 3 of them standing there. And I thought, well, I got myself a taxi, lucky me. And I was like, you know, I was thinking to myself in my head, I'm like, bye, right? I thought they probably don't even know about it, but they did, because it turned out that I took their Toyota Yaris, and my Toyota Yaris had not arrived yet. So I canceled my Toyota Yaris. Once we were like 10 minutes into the drive, and the guy goes, "Wait a minute, there's supposed to be 3 women. You're not 3 women." He goes, "Oh, let me see if I can cancel." I said, "Okay." So he canceled his the trip with the girls, and I canceled my trip with the guy like 2 minutes before he's supposed to arrive, because I was already in the taxi, and I paid more money. Instead of 250, I paid 350. But I didn't care because I was in the car, and I was like, all right. So that's kind of a funny story, you know. It was both the same style of car, the same color car, and it didn't matter to me, you know, what the license plate number was. But, you know, it was just kind of, I feel bad now because the girls are standing there, and they're like, and he goes, you know, maybe that's why they were looking at me when I was driving away, because they thought, hey, that's our taxi. Because they're like standing there, you know, just looking at the taxi going, what's going on? I thought this is our car. And before they could say anything, we were gone. So that was pretty funny. Things happen though, you know. What else happened when I was there? I had a nice pizza. I had a lot of pizza this time. I don't know why. More pizza than usual. I had a pizza right on the beach. I mean, The place was called Summer Beach, right on Kanome. And you go there and you can sit on almost on top of the beach. It's about 5 feet from the beach. And that was really nice. And I was the only person in the place, which was even better. We used to grab rideshare in Bangkok. It's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes great service, not so good. You can just grab. You use Grab. You don't ride with other people. Well, there's Bolt and there's InDriver. Bolt is very good. InDriver is pretty good. Although InDriver, they like to set their own prices. You have to pick, do you want to take the trip or not? But I took Bolt, and Bolt was very, very good. And the prices were low. But then my wife is like, listen, InDriver has the lowest prices. Because I go, well, I took a Bolt this morning, it was 112 baht on a motorbike. She goes, well, first of all, motorbikes are dangerous. Yeah, I know they are. Yes, honey, thank you. And she goes, and second of all, let me see what it would cost in InDriver. And it was like 70 baht or something. So it beat it by like 50%. And I was like, well, I guess I could have taken that. But, you know, there's at least 3 services. Bolt, InDriver, and Grab. And in Phuket, I will tell you this. Some of the drivers are making 5,000 to 10,000 baht a day. Every single day. Because they're just making big money. They're taking people, it's 500-600 baht, 800 baht. And then they come back, they get another one, it's 400 baht. They get another one, it's 600 baht. So my wife's like, God, maybe I should quit my job and become a Grab driver down here. And I was like, but, you know, if you're working every single day, you work like 10, 12 hours a day. You make like, you know, that's almost, what is that, $9,000 a month? That ain't bad for driving a taxi. But then what I said was, maybe that doesn't include the commission. Then you got wear and tear on your bike, on your car, your vehicle. Because you're driving all the time, there's going to be wear and tear. You're going to have to replace the tires. You're going to have to get oil changes. You're going to have to pay for all this stuff. And so all that comes out of the gross. So I was like, I don't think it's quite 300,000, honey. It's probably more like 200,000 if they're lucky. So, you know, but I mean, they're making good money. Now, they don't make that here. There's no way. They don't make that kind of money here. If these drivers are members of all 3, sometimes they are. Yeah, no, they are. Some of them, the lady we had yesterday, she goes, I just don't use Grab. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, no, I'm only part of InDriver and Bolt. And my wife was like, why don't you use Grab? She said, I don't know. She just went on about stuff. And she didn't use Grab, but she used the other 2. And I can tell you, she was a hustler. She was the kind of chick who is always trying to make money. You know, always trying to make money, always trying to look for a ride or whatever. And this guy that took me in the Yaris from the bus station, I think it was the bus station, he said, I have to make, and this is in was it Surat or was it Phuket? I think it was in Phuket. He said, I have to make 2,000 baht every day just to have a decent life. I said, so how does that break down? He goes, well, 1,000 baht of it goes back into the car and goes towards commission. And then he said, I keep about 500 baht for myself. And he goes, 500 baht I put away for the car so that if I need to buy another car in the future, I'll have money. And he said, I drive until I make 2,000 baht every day. That's what he does. You know, he doesn't drive, 10 hours and go, okay, I'm done. If after 10 hours, he's only made 1,000 baht, he keeps driving. He keeps driving until he hits 2,000. But if after 3 hours he's made 2,000 baht, he goes home. which I thought was interesting. So he needs to make a little bit over 70,000 baht a month, and he keeps about 30 something thousand, but he's basically saving that so that if in the future he has to buy something, he'll be able to. I think I'm going to buy some steaks today. I'll buy a couple steaks, cook them up for Alex, me, Bo. I think Nicholas is supposed to come over. He was over yesterday, and then Alex said he just went to go play some basketball, but he had to go all the way back to the university, so he wasn't going to come back, but he'll come back today. So. Oh, man. This cold is stubborn. I mean, I've had it for about 10 days now. No, about 12 days now. And I feel a hell of a lot better, but I still have a lot of congestion and my chest is all stuffed up. I got a lot of gook in my chest. Hard to get rid of it. And Alex got sick because of me. So, what are you gonna do? But I took all my medicine and I feel better, so that's what counts. I see this, there's a foreign guy walking in with his wife, and he's got a kid about 15 years old. They're walking around. I don't think they know the mall. They're looking around. Where should we go? What are we gonna do? I don't know if he's 15. He might be like 12 or something. I always like to see that. I like to see families, and then there's a kid, and the kid is 10 years old or 20 years old, whatever. So I can see, like, what's going on. What's going on with that family. Because I got my own family, And pretty soon Alex will be 30 years old. I'll be like, holy shit, how old am I? And he'll tell me, you're really old. So they're getting ready to open up right now. I don't know if you can see people over at the door standing there, getting ready to let the people in here. I think we have about 2 or 3 minutes and they'll start letting people in. Big exciting day here at the mall. And if you look straight ahead, there's people standing up over there as well. They all line up and get ready to bring people in. This guy looks like he's not awake. Anyway, we'll wait until they come in. So that's all I got. I got a lot of video footage. I got to put it all together. I got a lot of drone footage. I don't know how I'm going to do that because drone footage is not supposed to be used, like 10 minutes in a video, unless it's nothing but a drone video. And I don't know, can I do that? I've never even thought about that, but it was good to get the video footage of the big Buddha. I really wanted to do that. What else did I get? I got Patong Beach. I got Kata Beach. No, did I get Kata? Fuck, I can't even remember. Hopefully I'll be able to remember when I look at the footage. But I got Big Buddha. I got the Karen viewpoint. I got Patong Beach. And I know I have at least 2 other beaches, so I don't know which ones I got, but I got to put a bunch of footage together, and I did, as I said a couple streams ago, I did meet up with this guy who was an American in Kanom, and he's been living in Thailand. I think he said 15 years, something like that. Nice guy, and he lives there in Kanom, and he's like, I love it here. It's so peaceful and quiet. All right, here comes all the people. Here you go. And they're off. Another day at the mall. And you know, when I finish the stream, all I'm doing is, what am I doing? I'm taking some money out of the ATM. I'm going to go to the grocery. I'm gonna get some steaks and stuff. And then I think on my phone I have to have some little thing replaced. Then I have to buy some testosterone, which you can buy them for 250 baht for a little vial, or so you figure 10 vials is 2,500 baht, right? But you can buy the testosterone in a big, little big container, and you can get the same amount, but it's 1,500 baht. So it makes sense to buy the 1,500 baht instead of going and buying 10 ampoules. So I have to do that. And then what else do I need to do? Oh, I need to pay for my time at the gym. I need to go back to the gym this week, a couple days at least. I need to go back to the gym. When I go in the gym, when I'm in the gym, I don't say that I'm the most fit guy or anything like that. I'm not like that anymore. This is not when I was 25, when I was very fit. All I want to do is just stay healthy. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So I want to go back, and I can tell you I'm so stiff. I need to get back into yoga. I need to lift weights, and I need to do that at least like 4 times a week. So I'm going to start this week. And that's something else that keeps you busy. It's like you go to the gym to make yourself more healthy so that you don't die. It takes effort. You got to maintain yourself. So that's something else I'm going to do this week. What else do I got to do? I got to get a new, what do you call those things? The power bank. All the power banks I have, except for the little one, are going to shit. They're all cracked. They don't work. They just stop working after a while. And I saw these kind of power banks that they stick to the back of your iPhone and charge through the phone, which you can do that with my phone. So I'm probably going to get one of those. What else? And then we have to figure out. Like my wife's like, maybe we'll go to. She tells me, let's go to Chiang Mai instead of Pattaya, please. Let's go to Chiang Mai. I said, okay. Yeah, a meal is fine, Dowlo. A meal is fine, although I'm not going all the way out to where you are. I just can't do it. Most of the time I travel too damn much, and I'm just sick of traveling, man. I mean, even going to the South, when I took the train, I thought, maybe when you get older, what you want is you want more convenience. And I know things are not the same as, say, 100 years ago, when you didn't have as many options. But I had the option to fly. I could have just flown. And I would have been there like that. So probably the next time, I don't think I'll take a train very often anymore. I thought about taking a train from the north of Thailand all the way down to the south, and I just think, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to do that? Not really. So, take a flight. Anyway, now my wife is saying maybe we should just go for the day. She's got work to do. Thank you. That would be nice. That would be lovely. Lovely, mate. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go. So I'm like, here I was gonna go to Pattaya. She doesn't want to go to Pattaya. She's supposed to go to Chiang Mai. We were gonna go together. Now she's like, just go for the day and then fly back. I don't know. It's like when you have a wife who's working in the corporate field And she is all over the place, and actually her colleagues have told me, yeah, she's got a lot going on. She's always, I have to remember that. And so I kind of give her a wide berth. I try to do that most of the time. And sometimes, you know, it's not easy, but I try to do that. And, you know, then it's like, all right, well, if I'm not going with you, where am I going to go? I'm going to go somewhere else. And I do want to go to Bali and Komodo, but that's in a couple of months. I'm not sure when. I got a lot of things to do, a lot of things to plan. I've got planned, and it costs me money, and I've got to pay for this and pay for that. It's all got to fall in place, and hopefully it will. You know, I mean, I generally do, when I say I'm going to go somewhere, you know, I don't always go there, but some of the time I do. And, you know, I have a lot of plans. And, you know, if I go to a couple of the places that I say I'm going to go, then I'm happy. And one of the things that I want to do is in the next, say, 2 years, I want to go to Africa. I really want to get there. Just set foot there. I don't have to go to the Congo, but maybe Tanzania or somewhere like that, Kenya, South Africa, I don't know. So, you know, I got a lot of stuff planned. And I want my wife to go with me. That's another thing. So then she's got to have time off. She's got to be able to get the time off. And like, to me, I'm like, all right, time off, that means like, you don't need to be on the phone. You don't need to be working while you're on the road. You don't need to be time off. So hopefully we can make that all come about. Anyway, I think that about sums it up. Rawai yesterday, I was going to fly the drone. There was really nowhere to fly the drone from. Very cool place, but you know, it was just, we went on this one street. There's all kinds of restaurants and seafood, and you know, they have the seafood, it's all alive, so you're looking at it trying to figure out what do you want. And so, you know, I had some shrimp and stuff like that. It was nice. But the little street is very nice. You go there and it's pretty cool. If you want to go out with a, you know, like a group of people, it's very nice. Other than that, though, you know, we were in Kata. Kata was very nice. You know, it was a good place for us to go out at night, have a couple beers, relax. Batong, of course, but Batong, we were so busy. We were so busy in the room doing stuff, and she didn't get home until late that we didn't have time to go out. And Batong has changed so much since I lived there. It's unbelievable. So many more people, so much more traffic. I mean, we're going down the beach road, and it's like we're moving like a snail. And I'm like, this is not how it used to be. Yeah, I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to the Masai Mara. I'd like to see the sharks breach. I'd like to go on a safari or two. You know, there's some things I want to do. I'd like to go to Mozambique. So I have all these things that I'd like to do, but I have to make sure, first of all, to stay healthy. And, you know, that way I can do everything. And I can tell you, my legs, I don't know what it is, but my legs and my body is more stiff than it has been in the last few months. I mean, it used to be very easy to bend over and grab things. I mean, I can touch the floor, put my palms to the floor. Now it's more difficult. So I don't know why. So, but I need to get back in the gym. I think that's the answer. The gym is the answer because I feel better. I'm happier. You know, most of the time I'm happier. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. You know, I mean, now if I go into a yoga class, it's tough, man. Before I got injured, before my ankle, I twisted my ankle, I was going to yoga like 5-6 times a week. And I felt like, man, I'm so limber. I could do all kinds of things. I was just like feeling good, and I was lifting weights, and I was doing the TRX. I was hitting the bag. I was, you know, I felt good. Then when I got hurt, it was just like COVID. COVID hit, things were great. Before COVID hit, things were great. Then COVID hit and everything slows down. Then you can't go here, you can't go there. By the time COVID's over, things have changed. You know, you lose a little something. And for me, you know, if I lose, say, 20%, maybe I get 10% back. The same thing after I got hurt. My ankle's swollen. I can't do much. My ankle still hurts. It's still not 100% healed, but it's about 90% healed, but I still feel it. My hip, I feel my hip now. For some reason, the hip that I got replaced. So, you know, all these things. You're watching a man get old before your eyes. And I'm not that old, that's the thing, but I'm old enough, so. Anyway. I think I'm not gonna have another coffee. And I'm just gonna go and get some groceries and then go home. And chill out, relax, do a little work, sleep. Maybe the wife will cook some steaks up. And we'll all be happy. This is it, the mall. The place where I spend a lot of my time, even though I don't really want to. Okay, so do me a favor, please. Smash the like button. Please hit the like button, smash it, slam it, do whatever you want to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Look down in the description. I think there's merchandise under the window. I think the merch is showing. You can get yourself a coffee mug, a t-shirt, whatever it is. You can get something. So that's that. And, you know, I think I'll cut it short today. Not a whole lot going on. I think there's a UFC fight on, but I don't think it's a great show. I think it's okay. Which is why I'm not watching it. So. Anyway. I'll bring the wife. She can go shopping at the mall when we have a meal or something. Well, that sounds good. That sounds nice. She's always welcome to sit with us and talk with the boys. But I know she'd probably rather shop than eat. She'd rather eat with you, but she'd rather shop if it's me and you. You know. Which is all right, you know. Listen, I mean, if I wanted to come here and I wanted to spend a bunch of money, I could do it. It's easy, right? Just walk around. Oh, do I like this? Do I like that? Oh, how about this? How about that? And, you know, I go with my wife and she's like, oh, what about this? Do you like this dress? I'm like, yes, honey, I like it, you know. But most of the time, I know what I want. I come here, I get it, I leave. It's that simple. So, you know, that's the extent of my shopping. That's how I've always been. I think that's how men are. Most men, when they want to go shopping, they just get what they want and they leave. You know, or they do it online. I do a lot of shopping online. So, you know, that's another thing. You hate shopping. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you and I are alike. I don't think there's many men who love to go shopping with their wives. And I think if they do, that dynamic is not the usual dynamic. You know. I mean, you know, sometimes, like, you know, listen, we were walking around and my wife steps into this little shop. This is in, God, I can't even keep up with where the hell we were. I think it was Patong somewhere. We're walking along, we got something to eat. We're coming back and she goes, oh, let me go in here. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just standing there. She goes, do you like this shirt? I'm like, it's okay. She's like, really, you like it? I go, it's okay. I go, yeah, that's nice. She goes, well, I'm going to get it. I said, well, get it then. She goes, it's for you. I said, okay, thank you. So then, you know, it was 250 baht. Then she goes, wait. So she gets another shirt just like mine in white. What do you think about this? And the lady goes, I think that'll fit you. It's nice, blah, blah, blah. I said, honey, just get it if you want. Then it was, you know, negotiation. She had a discount, get a discount on the shirts because she's buying 2. So she got 50 baht off. She gets the shirts. We get back to the room. She's like, put your shirt on. I want to see if it fits. And it fit perfectly. She put her shirt on, fit perfectly. I'm like, okay, you happy now? And you know, like me, I'm like, we smelled the shirt and you know, it smells like newly silk screened shirt. I'm like, we gotta wash these. We're gonna have to wash this before we wear it. So. But I was very happy she got me a shirt. It was a Phuket shirt, you know, with the palm tree and the little yacht and whatever else it was on there. I don't know. But it was nice. It's the thought that counts. So many people coming in here. It's just a steady flow of people. Well, there's a foreigner. I did wear my hat this time. A lot more than usual. I brought my hat, I wore my hat, and, you know, I still got sunburned. I'm still a little burned. You can see right here that, you know, I was wearing a shirt. And, so, you know, you got to be careful out there, but I didn't even use any sunscreen, any lotion, or anything. I didn't use any of that. But it was a nice time, and the hat helped. And what I'll say is, Koh Samui was probably the hottest of all the places I went. Koh Samui was just brutal, man. You go out on the beach, and it burns your feet. Your feet are burning. And I'm like, this is just wrong. You know, I couldn't even stand on the beach to fly the drone because the sand was so hot. I had to stand in the water and I had to stand up in the shade because I couldn't stand on the beach. It was too damn hot. And so, and I was thinking to myself, God, there's nobody out here on the beach. Why am I the only one out here? And then I thought, oh, maybe because the sand is too damn hot, and even if you put a towel down, you're still gonna burn. Crazy, but you know, nice beach. I did get a little bit by some sand fleas, which are not pleasant, but they're gone now. It was very light. And there in Koh Samui, I went to Koh Samui Beach, Nai Pliao, Nadan. What's that one? Tong Wee Beach. I went to Sichon Beach. I went to Lonely Beach. I think it's Lonely Beach, Sichon, or something like it. Sichon, Lonely Beach. I went to a lot of beaches. And flew the drone on, you know, like I said, like 4 or 5 of them. So, anyway. I digress. I'm sitting here like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Such a slow stream today. I don't know why. Maybe because it's Sunday. Oof. 2 Celsius? Holy shit, man. That's crazy. You know, here, you're saying some warmth. You're gonna get some warmth if you're inside in the air conditioning. When you go out, you're gonna be like, holy moly. If you are out for more than about 5 minutes out in the sun, the hot sun, and there's no shade, you will sweat, you will be just thinking about how to get back inside. Now, I went out one night, a couple of nights ago, and I went to this restaurant, and I thought, I'm gonna just be miserable. I thought, hopefully this restaurant is not outside, I won't be miserable, I'll be okay. I won't sweat. I won't be, you know, I don't like to be the sweaty farang. Who likes to be that? You know, not even Thai people don't. And I see some Thai people sweating and stuff. I had to walk to this place. It wasn't all that far. So by the time I got to the place, I was just starting to get close to breaking a sweat. Then it was, we're gonna sit inside, and the air conditioning was on, and I was like, hallelujah, baby. So we had a nice meal, and then from there we went and drank beer, and we were outside, but it was a bit cooler because it was late. And I had, you know, I was sweating just a tad bit, but it wasn't that bad, which is kind of rare. And drinking cold beers helps you out. I'm not a big drinker, but I did drink a couple beers, and it was nice. So, anyway, enough said. Time to go. Time to say adios. So, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Not many people in this stream today. I don't know why. Maybe Sunday. Maybe the next stream, Tuesday or Friday. I don't know when it's going to be. I have no idea. Will be better than this one. So that's really all I have. Until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American back in Bangkok after the red-eye flight. Chok Di Leo Jerk and Mai, that's good luck and see you later. Yeah, that's it. Sayonara, adios, Jerkan, Chok Di, all that good stuff. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Boom. Thanks, Dallo. Take it easy.